Hello there everyone, my name is Ben Henry and today I will be talking about life in the Matrix. Right, what is life in the Matrix? Well, it's one of two things. A, it's control, and B, is to make you think that it's reality. What is reality? Reality is what you make it. Could be real, could be fake. After all, don't you get that feeling inside of you when they say like stuff like when you feel something inside of you that's like a butterfly feeling, oh, I've got butterflies, I don't think this is right. Because something inside your deeper conscience is telling you that it's wrong. Now, if that's the case, then, it should be the case. Anyway. What is your conscience though? Your conscience is two things. A child side and an adult side. The child side is a person inside of you that's locked away, that has feelings of good, and your adult side is the bad side, has feelings of bad, evil. Now, these two feelings are irrelevant to one another because they conflict all the time, and when they conflict, you either feel good or you feel bad. I meditated past this stage of feeling good and feeling bad. Now I just feel neutral, except for sometimes when I feel like blockage inside of me, because I meditate because I'm a Buddhist. So when I feel blockage, I meditate through for a couple of seconds, then I feel fine. Normal again. Well, normal to me is neutral. But except from that, it's like stuff like that. So, what is the Matrix? The Matrix is a world designed by a person to keep you under control for whatever reason. I haven't figured that one out yet. All I know is that it's control. Now, how do you control someone? Simple. Give them a choice. Just like in the Matrix movies. It says choice is everything. You think about the past and they didn't give people choices. Choices on what they want to do. Choices in their lives. They start to retaliate. Look at the revolution and all that in Cuba. So when they think they have a choice, they accept the system, they accept stuff like that, and they accept everything around them. Now, my question to you is, what is the Matrix for you? Because the Matrix is an individual thing. It could be your kids, could be your work, it could be your mum and dad, it could be your money, it could be drugs, it could be all kinds of stuff. But if it is singular things, then you should really just focus on the stuff that matters to you. Now, you have to focus on these things and get rid of them if you want to be pure. If you want to have no feelings or emotions, which is pure, which is like God. Now God wants you to be like him, because then you can be accepted in his world, you can be accepted as an angel. All these distractions from him, but what is God? God controls us through the matrix anyway. Why would we want to be like him? Good question. Didn't think about that actually. But still, if we want to be controlled, and if we want a life where we cannot handle the situation that we're in anyway, then, you know, what I can say is that control is where you make it. You have your own control. You have your own methods of control. You control other people, or you can control yourself. Now, as I said before, it could be your kids, it could be your mum, it could be your dad, it could be anything else like that. But in the end, it doesn't matter, because our life is short on this earth, and where we go after that is up to us. God talks in the Bible about second death. What if the second death is being freed from the matrix and then being killed in the real world as soon as we're set free? He also talks about the twins. I think he does anyway. Now, if that's the case, then the twins is a virus program. I think it is anyway. I'm not sure. Just my own opinion, guys. I'm not sure. This virus program causes chaos in the matrix like it does in any system. It's mainly designed to cause havoc. All viruses do that. Look at the world now. We're on the verge of World War III. Sometimes, if we go to war in Syria, we'll be on the verge of World War III. We're warring all the time. We're doing this, we're doing that. Maybe this stuff is meant to happen. Maybe it's not. All I know is that all this is to control us. Social media, internet, games, just social things, being with your friends. At first the control was religion. That was the first control, because we didn't have these things now to control us. Internet and all that did not come along straight away. Come along eventually. I reckon the first ever control set by God was religion. Now, if it was religion, then how comes nothing else was like done for us? That was the first control, and it's still relevant to today, because religion is like the revelations is like still there and it hasn't happened yet. Starting to happen, but it hasn't happened, and it could take hundreds of years to happen eventually. But now we're on the verge of World War III. All this to control us, media, all the other stuff. But then, if we control ourselves by allowing ourselves to converse in media, to converse in games, like I do anyway. I do it to distract myself from knowing these things that I know. But, you know, I digress. I just like playing games. So, this is what I'm trying to tell you. If control is what we make it, and our control is separate to other people's control. Because individual control for individual persons, media, kids, all that sort of stuff, TV, all that sort of stuff. Now, if this is the case, then how comes we haven't figured it out yet? Because the world is all doing it. The world is like a big massive control center, and the matrix itself is designed to control us, to make sure that we can't be free and we can't exit the system, so we give the machines what they want. Now, what do they want? They want us to stay in the matrix so that A, we can't interrupt them, B, we can't like get in their way, that's interrupt still, and be free so that we can't give them energy, because energy to them is us. If you watch the Matrix films, which I suggest you do, because then you'll understand this, energy to them is us. We are energy, and if we lose their source of energy, they're scared that, you know, they're not going to have us anymore for energy. But if they figured out how to unscorch the sky, they wouldn't have to rely on us. But they do. Now, if they do that, then, you know, then we can sort out all of our problems, but they don't want to. Now, that is the Matrix. That's what it's there for. It's there to control us, to make sure that A, we stay in social media, we keep ourselves busy in the Matrix with religion, with media, with internet, with games, with all that sort of stuff, so that we don't figure out all this stuff that they're doing at the moment. Now back to the twins. The twins in the Matrix movies was working for the Merovingian. He exists, to be honest with you. I reckon he does. And but he exists as the devil in the religion. That's his name. It's Lucifer, all that. Used to be with God and all that. So this is what the Merovingian is. The Merovingian was at the dawn of time, because if you look in the Bible, it says that, well, I can't remember the exact phrase, but it says that God says that I will be there for all mankind always, and Satan says I will be there with you. So I reckon that the Merovingian was there at the dawn of time, aka Satan, and you know. So what is the Merovingian? He is a being that was made by God to look after heaven, to look after all the people that died in the Matrix and was loyal to him. Now, that's a different story, I'll explain that later. But if the Merovingian exists, as well as God, the one who created the Matrix to control us, who was a human being himself, sent back in time to control us by the machines. Now, if that is the case, then both of them existed together. Both of them made the human race together. Both of them made the worlds together. Now, then he betrayed God because he wanted it all for himself, or something like that. And now he's evil. He's the bottom of evil. He opposes God, aka whatever his name was when he was alive. But I digress. So, this is my theory. If we live on this earth for social media, if we live on this earth for means of making our own control, even when we were kids, we're like drilled into watching from TV programs and all the rest of it. Now it's computers and games, all this stuff to control us, or we worship religion. But if all that is meant to control us, then who put it here? We could say man, but man, 1 minute, let me take a drink. Man is influenced by machines. We're in a computer program after all, and our minds are connected to it, which means it could be influenced by watch the Matrix movies. Now, if that's the case, then who really made these things? Machines or man? There's a tough choice. So, what do you reckon? Leave a comment in the description. So, machines or man? Anyway, as I was saying before about the twins, they work for the man Religon, but soon they'll betray the man Religon, and they will do their own thing. And that's when the Bible comes into play. Because remember, the Bible was the first form of control. And the Bible says that two creatures will come from the sea and come from the air. Those two will be the twins, because they will be able to survive a sword going through them. People will worship them. And then a man on a horse, who is the younger version of God, being born again through the system that he created to make sure that he's born again, will save us all. Basically, that's what will happen. So, that's that over and done with. But who's the younger version of God? God that's born in the Matrix, raised up to go back in time, but first he must go to the real world and do the stuff he needs to do there before he can save us from the twins. Now, so I don't know who that person is, so you know, don't like question me about it, please, and don't like ask me. And now there are 3 versions of God: younger version, middle version, Holy Spirit, which is Seraph, and God, Jehovah. All these 3 spirits are younger, middle younger, and the oldest. Middle, sorry, and the oldest. Now, don't ask me how I figured out these things, I just did. Now, so, what do you reckon? I'm going to ask you to leave a comment in the description about what you reckon. But I like digress. So, hopefully you enjoy this, and hopefully you like say stuff like that. One more thing, if your controls you, then what else do you think can control you? Money, drugs, girlfriends, kids, your family. All this stuff is put on earth. TV, media, all this stuff is put on earth to control you, right? Right. So just remember that. Okay, I'm gonna go now, and hopefully you enjoy this. My friend Krispy Kreme helped done this, and I thought I'd do the same with my theory. So goodbye everyone, have a nice day.